Skilleting 101 with Jake Cantrell. Now, first thing you want to do is preheat your pan. Always preheat it. Always preheat your pan on low to medium. Never preheat your pan on high, because if you take your cast iron from cold to hot too fast, it will crack, especially when you're dealing with one of these pans that I'm probably going to give you this one too. It's got a crack in it right here, but it's still basically good to use for everything. You just have to keep an eye on that crack. So preheat your pan 5-7 minutes, let it get good and warm before you put anything on, because if you put stuff on a cold pan, it will stick for sure. It will stick less on a hot pan. Okay, so we had to swap out cast iron pans, because just like I said, this one, as soon as this is the first time I've used it on the stove, as soon as it did start getting hot, that crack got a lot bigger and it popped real loud when it did it. So sorry you don't get a big pan, but I'm going to do this on your little pan. We can see it's starting to smoke a little. It's good and preheated now. So I'm going to throw my meat in here. And we're going to hope your pan's big enough to do a whole pound of meat. I just wanted to use your pan. It's going to stick like nobody's business, but that's okay, because we're going to show how to clean it up too. So next major piece of thing for cast iron skillet, use a metal spatula. Don't use a plastic spatula. If Tyler will zoom in right here, we can see where this is sticking some. Sticking's actually okay because we can clean it up later. But with a metal spatula, see, we can scrape a lot of that off as we go. And you're not going to damage your cast iron pan with a metal spatula or the chainmail when you clean it later. So, there you go. We're going to cook up some meat, and then we're going to clean the skillet in a minute. Okay. Now you can see our meat's cooked, and because I've been using the metal spatula, and every once in a while I'm going around and anything that's sticking, I'm just scraping at it a little bit. It's going to be a breeze to clean up later, but we're not always just lucky. This came out really good. This meat's got enough fat in it that it separated, so there you go. But I'm going to finish up cooking dinner, and then I'll come back when it's time to clean up. Welcome back to Cast Iron Cooking with Jake. No, really. Thought it would be interesting for you to actually see what we're cooking for dinner. Thought you might be curious. So we're actually doing stuffed bell peppers for dinner. So now I'm going to take some of the meat. Thank you for that loud sound in the background, Oliver. It's helpful. I'll take some of the meat, put it in here, make a giant mess. Some rice. That. Mix that up good. Mix on that. Pull out our peppers. Hi, Oliver. Thanks. And now we're going to stuff these and bake them. So there you go. That's what we're actually doing using your cast iron skillet. So we're done cooking. Actually, we're still baking, but our pan is cooled down and it's empty now. And so get ready to use a ton of paper towels. First thing we're going to do is just wipe it out a good bit there. And that's going to get a lot out right there by itself. There's still some on the edges and stuff, but in general, just wipe it down. Could leave it just like this, not a thing wrong with that, but then you've also got, still some hamburger grease in there. So we're gonna go over to the sink. Never, ever, 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 ever soak this in water. Do not soak it. Hot water, super hot. Go ahead and let the hot water run down in there. Spray it some even. That's gonna help you get most anything off. As it gets better and better, that'll be basically all you need to do. Chainmail. A little bit of water. Scrub it with the chainmail. See, that's getting all those little bits that were still stuck on there. Get the inner edges really good. That's where it gets the worst. Okay, it's like a chainmail, put it back where it goes. Give the pan a good rinse. Okay, now, more paper towels. Like I said, tons of paper towels. Buy stock in a paper towel company. Give it a quick dry with a paper towel. Turn your oven back on. Again, always on low, medium. That's gonna let that heat up a little bit. We can start to see there's some little dry spots around the edges. That's because this doesn't have a very good, a very thick seasoning on it yet. So we're gonna let that dry for just a second. Wipe any still wet spots there. Then, once we get that started to dry, the outside's gonna dry with the heat. Now we're gonna add just a dab of oil to it. Not a lot at all. I always start with the paper towel that's a little bit wet and just wipe down your whole pan. It is hot. Take them over the flame, so be quick about it. But anything that feels a little rough, just rub down on it, and that's going to basically be another little cleaning step, and it takes care and protects it and gets it a better seasoning on there. So there's that. Now, dry paper towel, and wipe it out one more time to get any excess oil off. And now we've got a good, clean pan. Turn our fire off, the outside's good. And that's how you do cast iron every time you cook in it. Clean it, oil it, it'll last forever. The end.